Did you know that just 3 small handfuls of the right nuts can make a dramatic difference in your testosterone levels, energy, and overall vitality after 60? And did you also know that eating the wrong kinds of nuts could quietly lower your hormones and leave you feeling weaker? That might sound surprising, but today I'm going to break down exactly which 3 nuts boost testosterone naturally and the 2 you need to avoid. Let me ask you something. Have you ever wondered why some men stay strong, energetic, and sharp well into their 70s, while others lose strength and drive too early? Drop your answer in the comments below, because I'd love to know how you personally define real vitality at this stage of life. For me, vitality isn't just about testosterone. It's about waking up every morning with energy, clarity, and confidence in your own body. I'm speaking to you not just as a doctor, but as someone who has seen thousands of men over 60 regain their spark simply by making small changes to their diet. And one of the easiest places to start is with the nuts you eat. They're small, portable, delicious, and packed with nutrients that directly affect testosterone, circulation, and even mood. But remember, not all nuts are created equal. Before we dive into the 3 nuts that work like nature's testosterone boosters, let's set the stage. Testosterone naturally declines with age. It's not your fault. It's simply biology. But what many men don't realize is that food choices can either slow down that decline or speed it up. That's why what you eat daily matters far more than you think. Now, here's the first nut you absolutely want to keep in your kitchen: almonds. Almonds are rich in zinc, vitamin E, and healthy fats that support hormone production. Zinc, in particular, is one of the most essential minerals for testosterone. Without enough zinc, your body simply can't produce optimal levels of this hormone. And almonds give you a steady, easy source without needing supplements. Here's something most men don't know. Vitamin E in almonds helps improve circulation by protecting your blood vessels. Testosterone without proper blood flow is like fuel in a locked tank. You can't use it. So almonds not only help your body produce testosterone, but they also support the system that allows that hormone to actually make a difference in your strength and stamina. Think about this. When was the last time you grabbed a handful of almonds as a snack instead of chips or cookies? That one simple choice could be the difference between supporting your hormones or working against them. I always tell my patients, don't underestimate the small swaps. They add up in a powerful way. The second nut that deserves your attention is Brazil nuts. These aren't just any snack. They're one of the richest natural sources of selenium, and selenium plays a direct role in testosterone production and sperm health. In fact, studies show that men who get enough selenium have significantly higher testosterone levels compared to those who don't. But here's the key. You don't need a huge amount. Just 1 or 2 Brazil nuts a day is enough to hit your selenium needs. That's how potent they are. Too much can actually be harmful, so moderation matters. I like to think of Brazil nuts as nature's tiny capsules of hormone support. Simple, effective, and powerful in small doses. Now let me pause for a moment because here's a pattern interrupt. Many men hear the word testosterone and instantly think about pills, injections, or expensive treatments. But let me tell you this, nature has already built many of the tools you need. Your job is simply to use them. Isn't it reassuring to know you can take control with something as natural and safe as food? The third nut I recommend is walnuts. Walnuts are rich in omega-3 fatty acids, which are not only anti-inflammatory, but also vital for hormone health. Inflammation is one of the silent killers of testosterone. When your body is inflamed, your hormones suffer. Walnuts step in like firefighters, cooling down the inflammation and allowing your testosterone to rise naturally. There's another reason I love walnuts. They also support brain health. And let's be honest, high testosterone without mental clarity is only half the picture. As men, we don't just want physical strength, we want sharp minds, focus, and resilience. Walnuts give you both, which is why I often call them the brain and body nut. Now, let's talk about the flip side. Because while almonds, Brazil nuts, and walnuts help, there are two nuts I recommend avoiding if your goal is high testosterone. And the first one might surprise you, peanuts. Technically, peanuts aren't even nuts, they're legumes. But because they're often grouped with nuts, many men don't realize they can actually hurt testosterone levels. Here's why. Peanuts are high in omega-6 fatty acids, which can throw off your body's delicate balance of fats. Too much omega-6 leads to inflammation, and as we just said, inflammation is like pouring water on the fire of testosterone. If you've been eating peanut butter every morning, this could be one of the hidden reasons your energy feels low. The second nut to limit is cashews. Now, don't get me wrong, cashews aren't terrible. They do have some healthy minerals, but they're relatively high in oxalates, which can interfere with mineral absorption. Over time, that can indirectly affect testosterone production. And compared to the three powerhouses I mentioned earlier, cashews just don't stack up. So, let's recap in simple terms. Almonds for zinc and vitamin E, Brazil nuts for selenium, walnuts for omega-3s. Together, they form a powerhouse trio for men over 60 who want to support testosterone naturally. Avoid peanuts and cashews if your goal is to maximize hormone health and reduce unnecessary inflammation. But I want to go deeper with you, because boosting testosterone isn't just about eating nuts. It's about creating an overall lifestyle where your hormones can thrive. Think of nuts as the spark, but you still need the oxygen and wood to keep the fire burning. And that means movement, sleep, stress management, and hydration. Let me share a quick story. I had a patient in his mid-60s who felt drained every day. He thought he needed testosterone replacement therapy, but instead of rushing into medication, we started small. I told him to swap his daily peanuts for a mix of almonds, walnuts, and one Brazil nut. Within 6 weeks, he reported more morning energy, better workouts, and even improved mood. Was it magic? No, it was simply giving his body the right fuel. That's the beauty of food. It works quietly but consistently when you give it time. And I know you can do this too. It doesn't take perfection, it just takes consistency. A handful of nuts daily, a walk in the sun, and a good night's sleep. Together, these things add up to vitality most men think they've lost forever. Now, let's do a quick reflection together. Imagine yourself 6 months from now. You've made small, steady changes. You're eating almonds, walnuts, and Brazil nuts daily. You've cut back on peanuts and cashews. You feel more energy in the morning, more strength during the day, and more confidence in your own body. That's not a fantasy. That's a very real future that starts with the choices you make today. So here's my challenge to you. Starting today, commit to adding at least one of these 3 nuts into your daily routine. Don't overcomplicate it. Keep a jar of almonds by your desk. Add a walnut or 2 to your oatmeal. Grab a Brazil nut after dinner. These little habits compound into powerful results. And let me ask you one last question. Which of the 3 nuts are you going to start with first? Almonds, Brazil nuts, or walnuts? Let me know in the comments below, because I want to cheer you on personally. Remember, you're not just eating for today, you're eating for the man you'll be in the years to come. Stay encouraged, stay motivated, and stay committed to your health, because life after 60 isn't about decline, it's about thriving. And with the right choices, including the right nuts, you can support your testosterone, your strength, and your confidence naturally. You've got this, and I'm right here cheering you on every step of the way.